witcher's sword. Swallow. Ooh.
Wow, that sings.
This is Ciri's blade.
Zireael.
Definitely a fantasy sword design by CD Projekt Red in The Witcher 3. And I guess it blends a lot of historical sword elements. So that Quilon is vaguely reminiscent to Scottish, two-handed swords Quilon, just shorter, right? Like this 45 degrees angle forward. And then you have Irish ring pommel, right? It's
very obvious, yeah. The Witcher swords generally are very obviously inspired by historical ones. You can see by the way the handles are shaped. That's a very good thing because it makes them more ergonomic, like with a riser and tapering. And whereas a lot of fantasy swords, the handle's just a tube, basically. There's nothing going on, nothing to assist you. This is actually like designed for fighting and would be much more useful.
One of the first videos I watched that you published was the analysis of Skyrim fantasy swords. Most of them are just not practical at all. Like
not only that, they also just look terrible, just aesthetically.
Right.
Like I pointed out, there's a reason why this mod exists that makes them all better proportioned and everything, because they do look like paddles. They're just excessively thick and just kind of clunky. Practicality is one thing. It is fantasy, like whatever. Most people don't care, which is fair enough. But there is a certain kind of aesthetic that comes with something functional. There's this kind of more elegant looking.
Exactly.
Because the proportions are just not so clunky. It's just like thin blade and all. You can quite comfortably use this with one hand. Got a reinforced tip as well, makes sense. With this kind of needle point, that is definitely good for thrusting. Generally like this sort of angular upswept Quilon. It should be quite good for trapping. In fact, I kind of wonder if sometimes randomly you might end up trapping an opponent's blade in here.
Oh, you could.
Like, you wouldn't really want to deliberately try that. It's way too risky because if you mess it up, then But I could definitely see that happening. Oh yeah, you could just lock that.
You might as well give up that blade and enjoy your dagger if you have one. So props to Chris Fields for implementing this so correctly, but also the original design by CD Projekt Red. So that just speaks to the understanding of what makes swords work.
Let's try it out then.
Woo! This one here is the lightest. It's very nimble. Cuts well, but you can't really expect it to do as well as the broader blades. The thing is, you can get more velocity out of it, which helps.
Ciri's sword is more
of a dueling sword.
Dueling sword. Female practitioners?
Yeah, maybe. I can see that, definitely.
It doesn't require a lot of power.
Yes.
It's easy to generate that velocity.
Yeah, and especially thrusts are so much easier. Like with a tip like this, with sort of a needle point, you can very easily put minimal effort in and get a lot of result out of it. I do like that the tip is reinforced. It needs to be because it's so narrow there, otherwise it would just get damaged.
Kind of like a roundel dagger.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what do you think of the precision? Like easier to hit where you want to be among these three?
I feel like this one makes it a little bit trickier, just because it is quite hefty.
Right.
This one is pretty easy to get it to where you want it.
Nice. Nice running. With the small after, they call it the tactical knife. Yeah. Did you see any of this? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Nice.
Oh, yeah. For comparison, same user, different sword. While technique matters more than blade shape, a broader blade like this of course makes it easier to cut cleanly. Oh, that fell straight down. But considering that, Zireael did pretty similarly overall, which is remarkable. Nice. Speaking of narrow blades, you can't always judge by the profile. This one was pretty narrow as well and tapered a lot, but it cut surprisingly well. Okay. Good swoosh. You caught it. Yep. It handles very well. It's fast, well balanced, and the grip feels good. It's obviously intended for someone smaller. Personally, I would prefer if it was upscaled to say 125%. What size is it supposed to be anyway?
38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Apparently there are two versions of this sword in-game. One has the distinctive cutout, the other does not. Presumably those are different swords with the same name? Not entirely sure. So I don't know if the two different versions have different measurements. Either way, this reproduction by Chris Fields has an overall length of 45.2 inches or 114.8 centimeters, and a blade length of 33.8 inches or 85.85 centimeters, which is shorter than what the in-game maker mentions in the cutscene. The weight is 44.25 ounces or 1.25 kilograms, so 4 ounces heavier than stated in the cutscene, which again was referring to the version without cutout. Personally, in my hands, it feels a little too light. To compare, the overall length and point of balance of this longsword are only about 1 inch longer each, but it weighs about 250 grams or just under 9 ounces more. Zireael would probably cut better if the blade was a little longer and broader. It's not the most forgiving to cut with, although it can cut very well with flawless technique, which of course a Witcher has. And I would definitely expect it to be excellent at thrusting, which of course a Witcher is too, or Geralt at least. Regardless of all that, style is where it wins. Zireael is indeed
Beautiful.